You already know E's in the building. Sorry about that. You know, distractions, interruptions, nothing new, but it's laughable. All right. Our perceptions, our mindset, how we adapted to the matrix or this illusion or this dream to survive it to our best of our abilities, to the realizations and what what we adapted to in in our lifestyle, good and bad, known and unknown, but it's all beautiful, like I was saying before. To question the creator, he, she, it, spirit, however you want to perceive it, however you grasp it, truly grasp it in your heart and know it intimately. And if you don't, I suggest you find that whatever it will be, because it, it will get you through. It will truly shield you, protect you, love you at all times, which it already does. But we don't have no knowledge of it. And by we don't have no knowledge of it, we don't have no intimacy, you know, no communion with it. And if you actually do commune with the source of all creation, your heavenly Father, Mother, and so on, you will be free. You will be sovereign and know it. And everybody else will know it. Everybody else will know it before you know it, to tell you the truth, because they already see it in you. That's why your situations give you a hard time, or at least we perceive it to be a hard time, or a miscommunication, or uh, you know, just straight madness, because it's confusion, especially when you know the part you playing. There's a lot of worlds, infinite worlds within worlds. We know of them, but we don't call them. We don't have them separated because of how time have come, and how so-called liberated or understanding we so-called supposed to be. We all cry for equality, but yet we all have a secret despise of the next individual, let alone the next race. And now I could really relate why I'm able to stand against all, no matter how it looks. It's because of just that. I don't understand the energy of that. It's a waste of time. And if you perceive yourself winning, it's a delusion, a self delusion that you put in yourself in. Nobody's waving no wand. Nobody's doing no juju on you, even though y'all the ones the 9 times out of 10 is that's involved in that stuff, especially the ones that y'all decide to attack or not just attack because you know y'all will even attack each other. You know, wolves attack wolves. That's like piranhas. Piranhas eat piranhas. But y'all focus on certain ones, certain unique ones, not fragile, but special. And y'all try to make them fragile. So y'all have some type of control over something that you can't control. You cannot control life. You could help stir it, but you cannot control it. A tree, a seed is gonna grow in a tree if you plant it or not, long as it drops in the ground or on some type of soil and undisturbed and allowed to sprout. It will do that. If we stop killing animals the way we killing animals to extinction, if we stop doing that, the animals will produce like how we produce. They was producing before we was even here. Only thing we did was name them and was here to govern over all this and spread it globally and maybe even galactically and even beyond that. For real, whatever we perceive, whatever we wish, whatever we truly desire, if it's in perfect harmony with everything else, it's a guarantee. But we have dictators, we got leaders, even the ones that we placed in there, newly ones that came from us, you know, not saying that they ain't good people or wasn't good people or can't be good people, but when they get up there, they're allowed to fight the good fight in the beginning. And then when they know a couple of years went by, good 6, 7, that's if they nice. Your family set, everything, boom. You got comfortable, you got, new friends, new situations, new connections, and stuff like that. And they allowed you to believe that, you was making real power moves because, you was the new guy and it was more of them than you, but yet you were still getting your way, you know, mind manipulation, ego boosting, you know, giving you your flowers. Okay, you got here. You go. You mad as shit that you got here, but you got here. So okay, all right. Well, we're gonna let you. Let's see how we gonna do this. Hmm. Now you in their crowd, their environment. They know more than you. They have relations. They have communion with these other individuals that you'll just be meeting. You know, they'll play nice. Just like how in the streets, niggas smile in your face, but yet they doing all types of other shit behind your back. It's no different from up there than what happens down here, just on a so-called larger scale, which it ain't. But in the way it is, if that's your perception, like I said, it's one perception, right? There is no one greater than the next person here, no matter what knowledge you have, no matter what you know abilities you have. You 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 special like you supposed to be special, but everybody's special. That's the beauty of God's creations. So for well, this is my outlook. Like I said, I'm just trying to expand minds here. What makes somebody else any better than you? What do they have that you truly don't have, or that they have that you truly can't acquire? If it's out here for one, it's out here for all. You just have to tap in, search, seek, and you shall find. Knock, and you shall score. It shall be open up to you. It's really that true. That simple. And what's your intent on when you receive this knowledge and how you wield it? Because knowledge is free. We could all gather whatever knowledge we want, especially in this day and age. There's nothing that you cannot look up. You'll get a million and one things on the subject that you perceive or you think you know or you want to get into, and you'll click. Okay, you'll look. Okay, that's not it. You go back out. You go to the next one. You click. Okay, okay, this is so close to it, but it's still something is missing. I don't know what's missing, but something is missing. I get out of that and go into the next one until you find what you want to find or hear what you want to hear. And then if you don't hear what you want to hear, you know it wasn't what you thought. It is what you actually getting, because all those things, even though it might be variations of it, is all going to coincide with one another regardless. And whatever we practice, we get good at. Mm. We all should know that. I know we don't all perceive it as that, but it's true. Everything, whoever you are, I know you feel you good at something. I know you boast about yourself in something, or even if you don't, that would be a great thing, because that means you're modest, you're humble, and you don't feel you better than nobody. Not saying that you are, not saying that you ain't, but you have a realization that everything is sacred, everything is precious, everything is equal. For the simple fact, I want to be treated as good as anybody else want to be treated. I don't really know anybody that truly want to be treated negatively. And not saying we don't have those individuals that, enjoy the opposite. I find it strange from my perception, but I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not. How can I? Because if I knock theirs, they allowed to knock mine. I don't have to agree with it, but I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm going to respect it to a certain extent. And that all depends on what it is, you know, how it vibrates. If it's vibrating on some real low level shit, it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie about it. And to avoid me saying something and y'all taking offense and it's going extra extra, where I'm not afraid that if it will go extra or extra extra or however, like I said, I rise to the occasion, but it's worthless to me. I don't see no points in that. I don't see where I'm gonna get strength, where I'm gonna get accolade from performing whatever I'm gonna have to perform to survive. I shouldn't have to perform in that low vibration to survive. Nobody should have to live to perform a low vibration to survive. Why are we even in a low vibration? Somebody did something to you. Okay, I understand that. Are you letting them know how you feel? Have you taken care of that situation? However you wanted to take care of that situation, where it's none of my business or come my concern. You have to handle however you handle whatever you know, you handle. We all handle our bullshit. I'm gonna say it just like that. If you want to believe whatever you do ain't bullshit or not, it's all bullshit. And we all know this. No matter how you want to hide it, how we numb the guilt, the shame, the confused, scared, extremely fragmented. It's sad and it's scary because that could be any one of us at any given time if we ain't present, if we ain't in a sound reality. What do I mean by sound reality? A sound reality is actually what every last one of us is living, if we like it or not. Sound reality is how we perceive it, how we check ourselves on it, because we can't be mad at something if we actually doing it ourselves. That is a double standard. You could do it, but I can't do it, and that's what everybody is doing. Is not to be funny. Is anybody truly an adult? We all could, you know, we'll call ourselves man, women, and then if we haven't, some high numbers as far as age is concerned, we would say we have wisdom, we would have, know-how, insight more than the next, which that in this reality that I perceive, that is truly folly. That is a folly. That is a false. That is that's just so funny because my seniors, like I just said, y'all should have more insight, more knowledge, more wisdom, which y'all do. But are y'all handling it like the men, the women, the age, the prestige, where you want to be looked and honored, but yet with all the knowledge, so-called wisdom, we still childlike. We didn't even get out of adolescence, or if not that, the teen years, high school, not even college, high school. You doing? There's adults in my category and higher, let alone lower, that's still living like they in high school, junior high school. The cool kids, the freaks, whatever. Like for real. Quick to tell somebody to grow up. Quick to tell somebody how they should fix their life and do what they need to do. But yet, whatever they doing, they ain't happy. What, however they living is a performance to what you call it, to hide the fact that they are struggling like everybody else. Got to go to sleep at night thinking about the shit that they have to do or have done to acquire what they feel will make them great in everybody else's eyes. These are the things that a lot of us strive for, or this is what I see or what I have seen. Right, this is what is promoted on TV, on your music, and that you go in everything, in our cartoons, on our news, in our commercials, and we mimic the shit, thinking shit is cool. Long as I ain't on the bad, so the short end of it is all great. Do you know we all on the short end of it? The ones that is doing is what you call getting abused, and the one that is abusing. The one that is abusing is worse than the one that's getting abused. Even though there's no right or wrong, because nobody should be getting abused. They could try to abuse you. Now, if you're younger, what you call, situations that happened in the past, you had no control over that. You wasn't an adult. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to do. You wasn't fully able to protect yourself. But as an adult, so-called adult, man or female, you're not able to stand for yourself. But yet you want to say you'll kill for your kid. That you call you'll kill for your moms, your pops, and that sound like nothing but win. That sound like wolf tickets and trying to project that to make people if they did have that in their mind to not to back down. But why are you even worrying about that? Think about it. For you to even be on it like that, it's automatically saying that you're weak, or you feel that your parent or whoever is weak, and if they connected to you, you weak too, right? You ain't as strong as what you call as the chain ain't as strong as the weakest link. Ain't that the same? And the one that you think is weak really ain't weak. But if we God not teach, you can teach what you can, but God individuals, young and old, especially the younger, the youngest, the younger, to choose the better choices, not just, what you call live your life. What you call, yeah, you need to stay away from this, you need to stay away from that. But actually show them it in process. And then you able to show them, look, not trying to, put anybody down, but you able to show your kid, look out. The reason why I live like this, or why we live like this, and why such and such and such and such and such and such is because we want to stay away from that. And if we do what we need to do, like we supposed to do, listen, especially if you already teaching your kids how to use their gifts from birth. That's like teaching uh, anybody that played any sport, know any martial art, know any boxing, know anything, any trade, anything that had a young one, and before they could even go to school and all that, automatically had them with them doing something, doing that. Would you think they wouldn't be still doing those things to this day? And even if they use it or not, if it ever comes down to it, they able to rely on that knowledge in an emergency. None of us is truly prepared. Yes, we have individuals that have came and said certain things. Yo, you need education. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need it, which those basic things are needed, but also those things are flawed to a certain extent as far as how the curriculum is designed, and it's actually designed for that reason, to keep us ununified, unenlightened, and the ones that do seek knowledge and wisdom and somehow get some type of enlightenment, and they one that's not secretive, they pass it on. They know good, good, good fruit. They know good seed. they know good tree, and yo, plant this in your yard. Yo, you plant this in your yard, you'll be good money. Cause yo, I planted in mine, and you already see how what you call was going, and they, oh fuck, why are you talking like this? Why she talking? They think they know it. If that was the case, why they always go what you call worrying about somebody else if they then when shit hit the fan, they looking for that individual. Yo, we're such and such. Yo, he said such and such. Or she said such and such. Yo, y'all remember what they was talking about? They said something about this. But it was funny. It was it was unvalued. They wasn't the in crowd. They wasn't talking about sports. They wasn't talking about this girl, that girl, this nigga, that nigga, and who's fucking who, and what you call who creeping with who, and how much money this one got, and who going to court for this, and I'm not just talking about y'all. I'm also talking about myself. Like um, I'm kind of upset with the simulation. For real. And you uh, and I'm allowed to have these feelings, but can I change? Can I change God's plan? Can I change God's rule? Can I change His beautiful work to my desire? Can any of us do that? And He been trying to show us the way. He have shown us the way. He have shown it throughout history, through his different prophets, his different seers, his different spirits that he sent here to help guide and correct the hearts and mind of his children, of his his jewels, his precious, of all precious, of everything. And we don't even acknowledge him for who he is and who he truly made us to be, or he, she, it. So please forgive me. Like I said, it's one perception. My perception is no different from yours. Just I see him as a him. If you see him as a her, then you see as a, because I don't have a problem with seeing her as a her either. I would truly see it that way. Especially if you want to get into the Bible verses where it's talking about he your husband and stuff like that. Oh, whoa. uh, uh, I'm a male, right? And I'm heterosexual. I didn't know Jesus get down like that. But, that's just playing. We all know he don't, and even if he did, who the fuck about to say anything? Just like I can't say nothing about y'all, who y'all, what, how. It has nothing to do with me. And if it is a problem, he's gonna handle it. I got shit. I'm not even gonna waste my time. Why I gotta worry about that? I gotta worry about what he might do to me for whatever I'm doing. And everything we doing is fucked up. So there is no escape. But is that to go crazy and just say fuck it? Nah, man. I'm not gonna roll the dice like that. I'm gonna at least try to give me a 1%, if not 98% chance of fucking winning. Are y'all hearing me? Like, nobody like losing. So if I'm gonna be a betting man, or I'm gonna be a person, that's gonna put myself and other people on the line in a game, which once you start talking about putting myself or other people on the line, that's far from a game. In my eyes, that would be far from a game, especially mass manipulation, which controversial as always. A lot of our church leaders are, even if they are close, a lot of them ain't preaching like they supposed to be preaching. They just talking about the good to be liked, the prosperity to be liked, but not telling you that you're gonna go through a mental, a physical, and spiritual hell. You're gonna walk through fire. You're gonna be tested. You're gonna be molded. You're gonna be folded. You're gonna be pure. You're gonna be purified if you like it or not. And that's what we all going through. If you truly have complete bliss without God involved, without, like, there is no complete bliss in this matrix. The only bliss you get is what you create, what you make, how you perceive, how you manage, what you accept, and what is presented to you. Because everything could be presented to us, but you don't have to accept. There's a lot of things that you could lead a person to water, but they don't have to drink. You know, you can put a plate of food in front of somebody. They don't have to eat. They could be starving, but if they don't want to eat it, they ain't gonna eat it unless you force them. And then if you force them, you're wrong. Nothing should be done out of in force or out of force. When you do, you show you weak. Why you weak? How are you weak? If I'm forcing somebody, how am I weak? Especially if I'm able to do it. You weak for the simple fact that you can't control yourself. You're truly lost in your ego to feel that whatever you want the next person to do, they have to do if they like it or not. And that's just incredible. Because if I told you or somebody told you that, which 9 times out of 10 somebody is, bullies get bullied. Bullies have always been bullied. That's why they become bullies. But yet, those bullies have yet to stand up to the bully that bullies them. So Who's strong? That's strength. That's strength. That sounds like fear to me. That fit that feel that sounds like you pick on the people that you feel or know you could beat. But if ever one of them that did stand up to you actually beat you, you'll no longer bully them. You'll want to be their friend. Ain't that funny? Now that's your man. Because you don't want him bullying you. And that will truly make you weak in front of the other ones that you was bullying. Because he was also being bullied, or she was also being bullied, and she said enough was enough and put the beats on you, or almost took your life. You know, you don't know how by being a bully trigger some of you motherfuckers. For real. If you're not aware of your emotions, start being aware and training to have control where you could be putting or jumping and jump out whatever emotion you want to jump in or, entertain. But when you entertain the lower vibrational ones, they lead you down a path that you might not be able to come back from. You know, you fuck around and go, so far in and panic because you realize you're not where you're supposed to be or where you want to be. And because you're not aware, you're panicking. You're not gonna have a solution. You're not gonna see a clear way out. You ain't gonna be still because you never trained yourself to be still. To know who you are. Not what the emotions, but who you are. The one that governs the emotions. The one that governs only themselves. And practice it. You get help where you're led to be helped. But if the help is not wanted or ain't grateful for the help, smile, nod, dust off your feet, and don't worry about it. It's their situation. They said they can handle it, which they can. But You just trying to make it happen sooner than however it's gonna happen. But it is what it is. We all hard headed. All of us. Not one person is stubborn or hard headed in something that they feel adamant that they know. Just know, whatever you know, always changes as time goes on. As it evolves, you evolve. As you evolve, it evolves. And if you're not evolving, then you're not living. You're not experiencing. And I say, wake up. I don't know where you are in life or what you've been through, but the quicker you wake up, the better all situations for you and everybody around you would be. If you take care of oneself and know how to take care of oneself, protect oneself, you know how to protect others. But if you can't protect yourself, how can you protect somebody else? You can intervene, but 9 times out of 10, you'll lose your life. And the thing that you tried to stop could still happen. Just because you got in the way, then don't mean it's gonna stop. But if you stop the situation, it's not that you got in the way, it's that you stopped it. To the one that keep on thinking that I need closure. I don't need the closure. You need the closure. You could have been had the closure a long time ago, but you wanted to deny me closure. You want to swear up and down and tell everybody that I'm holding a grudge or what you call it, being petty or what have you. I can understand why you perceive it that way. But real pettiness is what you did. You created a problem, not just you, but many others created a problem with me. I have never did nothing to none of y'all. Truly, I could say that out my mouth. At least if I did, it wasn't intentionally. And I still say, you a motherfucking liar. Tell you to your face, you a motherfucking liar. You had many opportunities to show your face. State what you wanted to state. I never stopped you. You stopped yourself. And then went hard. Like I didn't mean nothing. Truly didn't mean nothing. To where If I was laid to rest, y'all wouldn't even bat an eye. It'd have been all smiles, cheers, partying, traveling, doing what you want to do or bigger. And now that the situation is not fallen or haven't fell in the favor that you perceived it or you gambled it to be, or for your perception, where y'all thought I was blinding myself, that I had rose colored glasses on, in which I did to a certain extent. Because I live in this world, I have experienced a lot, just like y'all have experienced a lot, especially in relationships. But y'all want me to forget, want me to turn the other cheek for the extreme disrespect that if I'd have did one of the things, and even if I didn't, if I thought about it, or I, I vented on something that was truly needed to be vented on, not because it didn't go my way, it's because it what it was, it's what it is. That gives me all right to say whatever the fuck I want to say, as long as it's the truth, which y'all can't handle, which my tongue only speaks that. So if you can't, you don't value the truth, stay away from my, get out my vicinity. Don't even look my way. Don't put yourself up to that, because without even trying, you'll say I'm attacking you, and I'm not. It's truly God attacking you. When anybody tells you what's right, it's an angel, it is a prophet, it is a seer, it is a meek, humble, somewhat righteous to that extent. Because I can't say, I don't know what some people motives of saying good shit. I could say something, give something real positive, but through the positive shit that I'm giving you, have a negative motive behind it. I might know positive sayings, quotes, be around positive people, but I don't live that way. But to impress you, I'll speak like I know what they know or what they have shared. And when it was shared, it was, oh, what the hell is that? No, I ain't listen to that. But when they're away from you, they using it like it was theirs, a crown jewel. It done gave them validation and hierarchy and shit like that. But yet, beautiful, yet you, you egotistical, you, you, yeah. You'll notice when you keep on saying you, pointing you got these pointing back at you. So stop pointing at somebody else and start pointing at yourself. You'll get lesser charges because as long as you pointing at somebody else, you ain't cleaning up your shit. And when you ain't cleaning up your shit, when it's all time to tally shit up, you the one that gets left holding the bag, not the person that you pointing at. Because if that person is taking care of what they need to take care of, even though you pointing, when it's time for them to tally up, they good. And when you see them stepping through those gates, or yo, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And you like, and they telling you, yeah, I don't think you leaving. And matter of fact, if you, matter of fact, yeah, you can leave, but don't come back. Type shit. Who, who fault is that? Was it the person that you was pointing your fingers at? And you mad because you like, how the fuck that person that you call got that you call got through when I know or I thought I knew. That's why I was pointing my finger. No, you was wearing the rose-colored glasses. No, you was putting yourself in the spell to make you feel better about whatever shortcomings you felt you had unpronounced to yourself, subconsciously or consciously. You know, who knows? I really don't give a fuck. I just know the fruits of, you know, what's being presented. We all have that gift. It's to be in the moment, be always truthful to yourself. If you like it or not. If you don't like it, it's best for you. And that's just God honest truth. It'll teach you what to stay away from. It'll teach you what you need to know to never experience it again. So I'm kind of happy that I went through a lot of consecutive fucked up situations. Because at the end of the day, I have learned a lot through all that. And it cleared up a lot of shit for myself, for my ancestors, for the future of my generations, of my bloodline, my direct bloodline, and others by triggering these awakenings. As you can see, I'm not doing nothing grand. I'm just speaking my mind, speaking truth, speaking pure realization of what I see and what I know to be true. And I don't let the one override the other. but I let the truth override all. And the truth is, we are co-creators. No matter who we create with, if we creating together and the creation ain't merging right, it's not you. It's the person that you creating with. They being opposers. Y'all not working with each other. Once you see that, you separate from that contract. Okay, I'm good. You know what? We tried this. I don't have time for this. You know, I don't see why we struggling with something that we both should know. Cooperation from both sides is goal. I shouldn't be doing more than you. You shouldn't be doing more than me. And if it is, it's still balanced in some type of way. To where you lack at, I fill in that extra. Where I lack at, you fill in that extra. And that makes it the balance. That's only in co-creations, and that's with everybody that you deal with, friend, lover, family, children, whatever. Like I said, I'm not trying to dictate. I'm not trying to say I know more than y'all. I'm just here trying to help, doing my part, liking it or not, hate me, love me, indecisive. At the end of the day, my God, the host of angels, everybody screaming, everybody cheering. I mean, all of it, the infinite host of all dimensions and everything is so loud, so on it. Not just because I'm here, not be just because the other ones are here. It's because what's about to be manifested through us, what's have already started, what's in position, what cannot be stopped. The ones that's truly called, that are the first set of leaders of this new era of the collective, the true collective, the world that loves the world, the timeline where we truly become the jewel of all, the crown, the crown, the crown, the throne, the house of the Holy One. Here in our 3D realm, our God is willing to step out of the heavens in his holy form, not in his human form, not his demigod form, but his holy form, and sit on a throne and our little pebble, our little speck in the infinite of all reality, all realms, all dimension, all possibilities. the center of all that is us. And he chose here in us to be his throne. But we're not honored. We truly don't see the honor or believe in the honor or believe in ourselves. How we of all religions believe in a creator that could do all things and hate all evil, all wickedness. But yet we don't want to live the way he wants us to live. When he will give us all because we live how he wants us to live. He wants to give us everything. But we deny him, so he deny us. I want y'all to think about that one. Y'all have a blessed one. Stop asking the same questions. You know where we stand. And that's all of y'all. Y'all chose me as an enemy. I never chose y'all. When I found out y'all was an enemy, I came and asked why. What was this problem? Why is it a problem? How can I fix this problem? If I could fix the problem. I said nothing. Not a peep. Looked at me like something was wrong with me, that I was confused or I was bugging out. And then got mad because I asked a question that was right on the head. And it went even harder. I told y'all I knew. I know what's going on. I know more than what y'all think I know. I might have didn't know it before, but as the pieces come together, the picture becomes more clearer. And that's what happened. So, like I told you, I see all now. I'm forever aware now. I'ma stay forever vigilant. I've been living in a community in the world that is willing to slay me at any chance they get, if they had the opportunity. And I gave them nothing but love, care, and respect. and still don't call your enemy. But no, and I already know y'all know, there is no more wearing masks and smiling and calling yourself friend, calling yourself foe, calling yourself ally. And it truly ain't so. If you call me friend and I'm really your enemy, know that I am your enemy. I don't want to be your enemy, but it will be you before it will ever be me. And I don't have to lift my hand because I don't have that in my heart to do unless I'm forced. And y'all see how much I can endure for the ones that saw the other side, that seen that dark angel or that demon, if that's what y'all want to call it, because it wasn't dark. It was just dominant. You seen that it will do what it has to do with no remorse, with delight, with justice and truth on its side, no matter who or what on this planet want to perceive it to be. But in all of creation, our Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, God the Mother, God the Father, Mother God, Mother, Mother God, Mother God, Father God, same thing. It's not, it's not a game. I come in peace, so leave me in peace. Because if I do have to raise my sword, my weapon, my shield, it's to the full intent for its outcome. When you in war, it's about winning, but you ain't a war that has rules. Even though y'all don't play by no rules, but there's rules that can't be broken. And by me living as close to the law as I was able to do, or tried to do, or surrendered to the mindset. That's all that needs to be done. My ears, my heart, my spirit, my, I was about to say my soul, but my soul is the same thing as my spirit. Heard, heard the truth, and adapted to the best of my ability for whatever stage of perception I was in. I'm in a very high stage of clarity, wisdom, understanding because of the clarity and wisdom and understanding of the things that I have already experienced. You could translate everything into everything. And the more you start to see that, the easier it becomes. I shock myself. Stuff that I know in one way happens again in another. And I'm like, oh, huh, that was like, but, but, I, I, but I've been saying that. But I just didn't know how. But still, there's many more that, but it will eventually happen. You don't have to force it. You just have to gather the insight and allow it to do its work. And the more you hear high vibration, the more you strive for truth in all information that you acquire. You're already set on your path to be reunited with your true self and just be yourself. Be yourself no matter how you are right now. You are what you are. Sit back for however long you want and just observe yourself and your situation on a daily basis. See your practices, your repetitions, and start seeing what needs to be eliminated or refitted, updated, revamped, correct. And it don't have to happen all at once, but gradually. And once it start becoming gradually, it will speed up on its own, especially when you start seeing the fruits of the labor, because it's not going to happen instant, even though we all want it to happen instant. But when it do, you swear to God it did happen instant, because you'd have done forgot about all the preparation work that you actually instilled in the situation. And that's how I'm here. by planting and doing little things that was forgotten about, but was a constant. And it gave me my breakthrough. It's giving me my breakthrough. Where others felt it was foolish, naive to be so kind, to be so helpful, and for them to know that they was doing better than me financially or relationship wise or however they perceive themselves over me. And then see what's befalling, what's being manifested, how things is falling for them, and how things is rising for me. It's complexing. But I tell you, it's to awaken everybody that there is a God, there is a true God, there is a God that sees everything, hears your cries, your whispers, know your suffering, your intent, your mindset. And he or she is always there to hold, to soften. Even when you really feeling like you dying, there's a buffer that's lessening it, even though in your mindset it's the hardest, worst, epic thing that's happening that you feeling. Once you start putting the trust in that buffer, knowing that that buffer is there, knowing that that buffer is allowing you to feel whatever you feeling or experience whatever you experience it for your greater good, and not just for you, but for everybody else. Especially when you pass on the divine knowledge that you know to be absolute. Put on that armor. You don't have to be a preacher. You don't have to be. You could be. You could be a singer to be a god. You could be a performer and be a god. You could be. It's not just set on speaking the word, even though it has a big part in it. Anything high vibration, anything moving to harmonize with all is what we need to strive for in our jobs and in our friendships and in every aspect of it, of our lives, every aspect, not not one less, not one forgotten. And you'll truly be liberated and liberate everything around you because they see your liberation, they feel it, they hear it. Excuse me, scratching my back. Yeah, my Lord is great. Our Lord is great. fear in exploring, no fear in acknowledging. Just know what direction you want to go in. As long as you know the direction, where you heading, where you're adamant, destined to be, you'll make sure your steps will go into that direction. You'll do everything that needs to be done and brought up to par, not underhandedly, but the skill sets that needs to be matured to obtain whatever you want to obtain. That's all we got to do. Surrender to that format and watch things evolve. I'm tired of saying the same thing in different ways. And I'm not really tired. Just I'm ready to just stop talking. But it'll be more. Don't worry about it. It'll be more. God got infinite bullet points for me to motherfucking present. Enjoy. Know that you're blessed. Thank him for every second, every heartbeat, every breath, every moment, good and bad. Because when we leave this vessel, we will be behind the scenes, yelling and screaming at the ones that's here. Even though we wouldn't be here, we'll be yelling at the people that's here. Because we know what we know. That we should have known. And if we did know, should have put it to the use that it was supposed to be put into, where we had the best experience instead of watching the TV and yelling at it because it ain't doing the smart thing. You know how like you go to the movies and then the horror show and some of the things, some of the choices that, some of the individuals do right before they get killed. Which if they did the, you know, the obvious thing that would have, got them out of there instead of doing the crazy shit that make all of us go, huh? Why would you like what the fuck? Like that type of shit. This real like that, man. Let's not be that horror picture. Let's not be performing that. Where it's like, yo, come on, you know better. You should. I know you know better than that one. Like, are you for real? Oh yeah, y'all ass deserve to get killed. And what's crazy about it, a lot of us be on it like that when we be watching these pictures. Like, yo, you stupid one. Like, what the? Yo, if it couldn't have been me. But yet in real life, it is. And that's including myself at times. But by me having these realizations, I'm able to try to correct and eventually will correct everything that needs to be correct and shine I, I, I want to be here like a light bulb where you know you don't even see me. I'm just so straight when you putting on shades and still like yo, even though I'm like that right now, but I'm talking about beyond that, beyond the shit that you like. Damn, this nigga just burning me with this high vibrational shit, but to actually see the light beam come out me, really resonate. Yeah, you like, oh, who the fuck is that? That nigga that ain't no human. He humanoid, but that nigga ain't no human. Who you say that was? Fuck out of here. Ain't that nigga that's in that picture over there that was doing those videos? It would be though. That's where I'm striving at. I'm telling you, I want to be on some shit like this when y'all just see me and be on some shit like this. But the silhouette of me type shit. Well, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. But on some shit like that where you be like, yo, what the But that's how my shit is gleaming in the ethers. I'm telling you, I'm you know how, like I said, you got a real focused beam, but I mean a real powerful one. My shit is going in all directions where it's not even beams no more. It's just taking up space, developing space throughout all that's known and unknown. And I'm gonna keep on expanding it. I want to burn so bright where God be like, yo, God damn, what the fuck you trying to do, nigga? Like, you think you better? No, 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 no. I would just be glorifying you to, my best of abilities. It will not be trying to fill your shoes at all. It will never go to my head. It will be in strict servitude, respect, and love for you, my Lord, my God, my goddess, because you love me like that. You love all of us like that. But I'm in the realization that it is like that, and I will return it. The only one that have truly found that deserves it. That's not to throw no jabs at nobody, but it's just truth in my life. And it's something that I helped make and something that I'm definitely going to help undo and have. That's where I'm at. So catch up. There is no rush, but just know you're going to like it here. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Because you know your troubles are not really troubles. They're blessings in disguise. Truly. And I want y'all to start looking at your woes like that. They're blessings in disguise. So experience it. Knock off its mask. Find the truth in it. Respect it. And you know how to navigate from there. Fear nothing. Because when you fear, you limit yourself and you create more fear. Once you accept fear as it's supposed to be there to help you be aware, not to hurt you, but for you to be aware of all possibilities, and you will never be caught blind. You won't allow yourself to walk into trouble blindly because you're aware of the trouble. And what if something do before you, it's because you played into it instead of playing around it or not playing with it at all. It's a powerful one today. And I hope it reaches everybody it needs to reach. Y'all enjoy your morning, your night, your afternoon, wherever you may be. Just know God's blessing is truly with y'all. And He's saying to seek Him, know Him, and He will protect you through everything. This is not to scare y'all, but we here in the days of revelations, man. We're about to see some horrific shit, unspeakable shit, which we've been experiencing all this time. It's just a lot of us is blind to it. We truly, in a way, are savages, still savages. And carnivorous. That we devour each other not knowing and knowing for the benefit of our lives. When we supposed to be benefiting for all. If I benefit, you benefit. If you benefit, I benefit. And if all of us is benefiting, who's losing? So do you want to benefit from me? I truly want to benefit from you. Because without you, there is no me. Without me, there is no you. Without you or me, there is no us. And then if there is no us, what's the use of all this? Deep thought, deep thinking. And the more you ponder stuff like that, truth, the more realization and the more truth and understanding you will receive. Because you have accepted the truth. When you accept the truth, you expand your horizons. If if you accept the truth that you lack something, not that you can't acquire it, but that you lack something, you'll never acquire it because you don't feel you lack something. And then if you do lack something and you want to acquire it, you know what you have to do. You have to learn what you have to learn. Do the process. Practice the process. The process become one with you. And it happens on its own, unconsciously, because you adapted it into your process. This is the great magic that everybody want to perform, but they want to perform it on other people. Where the only magic we truly have is to perform on ourselves. You will say that I'm an influencer, or there's people that do this. They're influencers. They're not influencers. They're not influencers at all. We just the voice of reason and your subconscious talking out of other bodies. That's all that's happening. Our subconsciouses are speaking out of other bodies because we ignore what we say to ourselves. So it has to be said from somewhere else to be heard. And then once it's heard, like it or not, it's acknowledged. For real. If you don't like it, it's acknowledged. If you do like it, it was acknowledged. Now it's what you do with it after knowing what you was, given, on if you keep it or not, or if it's going to work to your benefit or not. It's all up to you. Everything is our choices. And you can't change your old choices. You can't change the past. Only thing you can do is control your future. Learn from the mistakes that you've done in the past. And whatever you learned, you put into process into your future. And the more you do that, the better you'll get at whatever you applying or adapted, and continue to evolve. Because that's what life is a evolution of evolutions. I'm gonna get off this thing, 'cause like I said, I think I've been talking too much, but it's to help me, also to help y'all, to help me, to help y'all. Good night, people. Stay blessed.